Thank you for joining us. I'm Allison Haunss, and this is the Working Woman Report. 2020 has impacted the lives of Black women in extraordinary ways. The health and economic disparities brought to light by the COVID-19 pandemic and the civil unrest which erupted across the country after the killing of George Floyd have exposed deep wounds within the Black community and injustices suffered by women of color. Several amazing organizations do exist who have been for years highlighting gaps in leadership opportunities and access to business capital for women of color. But their focus on empowering Black women has not always received a level of support which would truly make an impact in moving the needle in terms of statistics. But that may be starting to change. While you may have heard of the Essence Festival highlighted in the super popular movie Girls Trip, there are several other groups that host similar festivals or conferences each year that specifically focus on Black women and celebrating Black joy, including the Curly Girl Collective's Curlfest and Boss Women's Black Girl Magic Summit. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, all three were canceled this year. However, each group has found or is finding its own unique way to bring their traditionally live gatherings into the virtual world. In doing so, they're continuing their long-standing missions of collectively celebrating and empowering Black women. Cherise Higgins, one of the founders of the Curly Girl Collective, which is behind the annual Curlfest event, joins us now with more on what's happening this year with Curlfest and plans for the future. Now, Cherise, before we dive into Curlfest, can you explain to us what the Curly Girl Collective is?
So Curly Girl Collective, we are the masterminds behind Curlfest, but Curly Girl Collective was founded almost a decade ago. And we have been curating experiences while connecting the best brands that showcase women of color by connecting them, empowering them, and celebrating them through these experiences. And Curlfest is a product of that. Curlfest was launched in 2014, so we've been doing Curlfest for the last 7 years.
And for those of you who have not been to Curlfest, here's a quick look inside the amazing event. We were on hand at last year's event on Randall's Island, and we're absolutely blown away by the spirit, energy, and purpose of the women who came together. Let's take a look. When you come to Curlfest, get ready to express yourself. From afros to twist outs, curls, and more. The event, which attracts tens of thousands of women each year, is all about celebrating Black girl magic.
It's so important because it celebrates the diversity and different textures in Black hair, and it's so beautiful to see all these different beautiful brown and different shades of Black women here. It's just, we're so excited to be here.
From fashion vendors to art to celebrity appearances and panels, Curlfest is a place where Black women can come together and share their thoughts, ideas, struggles, and style.
It starts at beauty, but it's a more visceral and emotional and impactful experience than that.
In 2019, the passage of the Crown Act brought special meaning to the event. The legislation was created to ensure protection against discrimination based on natural hairstyles.
The Crown Act is important because we still have to have conversations amongst ourselves, with our sisterhood, with our friends, and ask questions like, can I show up to the interview with my afro out? If I show up to that board meeting and I do this pitch, are they going to pay attention to the fact that I have a shaved haircut, or to the fact that I am backing up all of my information and my numbers as I need to? Are they going to let me compete in that athletic competition, or are they going to ask me to change the way that I look so that I can be a part of their organization? These are the questions and conversations that we have to have just to even prepare to show up to an opportunity.
And while the events of 2020 are bringing into focus the broader struggles women and men of color face, the women of the Curly Girl Collective have been tackling issues of systemic racism and injustice since their founding in a Brooklyn apartment back in 2010.
It's time for us to have these conversations in the light, because we've been having them in our silos for a long time. And the only way for us to progress and heal and kind of move past some of these things that have been a part of our vernacular, a part of our way for so many years is for us to have legislation like this, for us to have conversations like this, interviews like this, experiences like Curlfest, to make the conversation louder and amplified.
So I think the big question now, Charisse, is will there be a Curlfest 2020? We know the summer event was canceled, but what is the Curly Girl Collective doing as a whole to bring everyone together?
But we are cooking up something that we are very excited about. It's going to be a virtual experience that we're calling Curlfest Beauty Summit. And that's going to be an opportunity for us to go back to our roots of celebrating Black women and women of color through empowerment chats, through music. There'll be some surprise elements that we're working on that we're so excited about. And even with the pivot and everything that's happening, our brand really just wanted to still be very much in the thick of promoting and celebrating Black joy. So we have also launched digital programming on our platforms.
So where and how can people access that programming?
I'm so happy you asked. We have something called Curly Girl Convos. And Curly Girl Convos happens on Instagram Live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have everyone from the likes of Jidenna to Tamika Mallory at the height of when the whole Black Lives Matter protest and movement was happening. We've had people like the founder of Black Girls Therapy for Black Girls, Dr. Joy, come on and just check in with everyone about their mental health and answer questions. So the format is a Curly Girl Collective founder joins with our special guests. Topics range from wellness to social activism to mental health to entrepreneurship, or even fun conversations like we're having with Jidenna. And we just have a fluid, very informative conversation.
And when do these Curly Girl Convos take place?
That's happening right now, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Instagram Live. We also have free fitness classes every Saturday. So check us out on Saturday too if you want to stay fit and mentally, and especially mentally fit. We do yoga classes, we do meditation, but we also do dance classes with Afrobeat, hip hop, you name it.
And when will the virtual Curlfest Beauty Summit take place, and how can we all be a part of that virtual event?
Yes, stay tuned to our platforms. We're going to be making that announcement very soon. It will be this fall, so it's coming up. We are so excited. If you join our mailing list at www.curlfest.com, you follow us on social media, on our platforms at Curly Girl Collective on Facebook and Instagram. You'll see the announcement very soon about the dates. And then we'll start making announcements about the beauty brands that will be a part of the experience, as well as the talent and the other surprise elements.
Well, we are certainly looking forward to that, and we'll list everything on our website so we can keep everyone in the loop. Thank you so much, Charisse. Coming up next, are you ready to be the boss? Boss Women Media CEO Marty McDonald joins us next to share how her organization is ready to bring some Black girl magic into the digital sphere. Stay tuned.
Where high values drive high demand. Where getting ahead comes from giving back. Where the education earns national recognition. Where? Here at Malloy College. Money Magazine's #1 value all-star in the nation.
I don't look any different than you, but I have type 1 diabetes.
You can't outgrow type 1 diabetes.
It's not caused by your diet. It's not caused by anything you did.
It's kind of hard to live with it.
It's not easy. I do need to check my sugar a lot, my levels.
If you see someone with an insulin pump or pricking their finger and you want to know more about T1D, just ask them.
T1D looks like me.
T1D looks like me.
T1D looks like me.
According to a recent study, last year, 1,817 women-owned businesses launched every day in the United States, and among those businesses, 42% of them were started by Black women. While the statistics are impressive, there's still a gap in funding when it comes to Black-owned businesses. So what's being done to improve access to capital for Black women-owned businesses? We sat down with Boss Women Media CEO Marty McDonald to discuss the issue. Marty, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So why are these statistics the way they are? What is happening with this funding gap?
You know, it's interesting. Something very interesting is happening in the corporate spaces that's encouraging and being really the source of why women are leaving corporate America in droves. And it's because women in leadership that are women of color are not being promoted to the next level. So they feel like their only option and their only source is to create and start their own businesses. Well, when they do that, they deplete their 401k funds, and the planning isn't just proper in what they have set aside. The access to capital is not the same across the board. Only 1% of African American women receive funding from venture capital firms. And so that explains where the gap is coming from, where we are starting businesses like no other ethnicity. We don't get the same support, the same resources. And so it's really been one of my missions to make sure that our community has tools and resources to propel forward in their career, which really leads us to all of the events that we're curating this year around Boss Women Media.
Well, tell us about those events that are coming up in August, and hopefully this will set the stage for closing that funding gap.
Absolutely. Super excited. We have an event called Black Girl Magic Summit. It's a 2-day summit in partnership with Capital One, Square, H&M, Cream of Nature, and Vistaprint, and as well as Toyota. And so with that, we were able to create content that really can help escalate and elevate our woman and take her to the next level. But most importantly, a part of that summit is we're giving away $50,000 in pitch dollars to 3 women-owned businesses so that she can take and scale her business to the next level. So one woman will leave with a $25,000 grant, a $15,000 grant, and a $10,000 grant. And while it isn't covering the surface for all women, every little bit helps. And the resources that we're putting out is to help her thrive in her business and in her career.
That's awesome. Love pitch events. What should a woman prepare if they're going to take part in this virtual pitch event?
Absolutely. You know, the virtual pitch event is open right now, so anyone can join to be a part of it, as long as they are a 51% woman-owned business or more. We just want to see her business plan. We want to see what is her business plan, what's the problem that she's solving for, on how we can help elevate her to the next level. And her business plan is simple. We just need an objective. We need what her problem is, what she's solving for, who her target audience is, and how she's making impact in her business. It's a 5-page business presentation so that we can help her take her business to the next level. We'll also have expert judges that are going to be giving her feedback, as well as advice on how to scale and propel her business from the Capital One business team.
That's awesome. Now, this is taking place August 15th, 16th. It's digital, virtual, and what else can we expect from the programming?
Yeah, so the programming is filled with content, whether you're a woman who's working in corporate, from exclusivity in our workplaces and how we can make our communities more inclusive that looks like us, as well as tools and tips for entrepreneurs, to content creators, to influencers, to small business owners. It's a 2-day event from 10 until 6 every day that's just filled with 18 plus hours of content that really will be able to help women just propel forward in such a unique way. one of the key things that we're really excited about is some of our speakers that we have in place. We have celebrity speakers from Megan Good to Elaine Weatherroth, to women who are dominating corporate America. So the chief audit officer at Capital One, we have a mentor session hour. So you get to go into about 30 mentor rooms and pick their brain, ask them questions on how they got started in their careers. Right now, we have about 10,000 women signed up. And so our goal is 20,000 women. So we're super excited about the exposure and the reach and the maximum impact that we're going to make.
Well, that's amazing. We'll have all the information on our website, and definitely stay tuned to what's happening with Boss Women Media. Love the name and the Black Girl Magic Summit.
Thank you.
So excited. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Marty.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Marty. For more information on the Black Girl Magic Summit 2020, which once again will take place on August 15th and 16th, simply head to the website bosswomen.org. Coming up next, we take a look at the mother of all festivals, the Essence Festival, where the biggest names in music, fashion, film, and more come together to celebrate the strength and beauty of African American women.
Each of these apples represents a different New Yorker. Hey, Tim. How are the kids, Sherry? This one hasn't shown symptoms, but while she doesn't know it, she has COVID-19. So she goes out, and despite trying to stay 6 feet apart, one sick apple has spoiled the bunch. But if everyone wears a protective face covering, they'll better protect others and themselves.
For the past 25 years, the Essence Festival has been a place to celebrate African American culture, music, entrepreneurship, and leadership. This year's festival would have been year 26, but it was canceled, at least the physical event in New Orleans. Essence did, however, take the festival online with a virtual experience which brought together powerful voices to discuss what's happening at this critical point in time. While you can access the virtual programming at essence.com, we did want to take you inside the traditional festival to see how amazing and powerful this event has become over the years. The Working Woman Report was on hand for last year's 25th anniversary celebration. Let's take a look.
For most people, the day starts at the convention center where there's so much to see and do, and all of it's free. Let's go check it out.
Virginia to be here for Essence Fest. This is your third year here. What's new? What's exciting this year?
It's always exciting. I like all the people and the hustle and bustle and the fact that it's for us. That's what I like.
All this black girl magic just shining in this building, right?
Yes, and about 10 of us came.
10 of you?
Yes, half of us from North Carolina, half from Petersburg.
That's what I also love about Essence Fest. It brings people together from all over, girlfriends, girls trips.
Yes.
It's a chance for us to just come have fun and let loose.
Yes, and we have our nieces with us, and it's their first time, so it's great.
So let me ask you this. Essence is 25 years old this year. What would you tell your 25-year-old self about your future self?
Ooh, make sure that you go out and get anything you want, build your business, become an entrepreneur, make it yours.
And that's what's awesome about this too. You can see so many women who are building wealth in their own communities for themselves.
Yes, and that's important because if you don't build your dream, someone else will build it and you'll be working for them.
Does this inspire you to go home and just come up with a business?
Oh no, I already have 2 businesses. It just inspires me to go home and work harder.
Work harder.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Have fun.
We've seen our hair be politicized and criminalized and, tear us down across the world because people don't understand our beauty.
Yeah.
And Essence is here to make them know what's up.
I'm here with Megan Samoy, a stylist. You can tell from Austin, Texas. Look at this. Full of you. That's one of the things I love about Essence. You can come in here and just see so many fashions. Have you been inspired?
so many amazing hairstyles, so many prints, so many colors. I'm like, I'm ready to go back home and start creating.
And that's awesome. Like, people come here ready to go home and do better, do more. What's next for you?
Go home, grind, work, and continue working on my portfolio. I've already seen some people that I'm like, I want to network with and keep in contact with, so I'm excited about that.
Use those connections. They work. So let me ask you this too. What's inspiring your look?
Honestly, full as human, embracing that, and honestly, just my spiritual journey, and just having fun, freedom, enjoying life, love, and being with my family.
So I have to ask you this. Essence Fest is 25 years old. You probably aren't even a day over 20. But this is your first year here. Why this year? Why'd you want to come?
You know, I had to treat myself. I worked so hard, and my family, they brought me here, so I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to go. It's been on my bucket list for so long, so I was like, I need to make it happen.
It's great for our community to come together in this way and build positivity and just make people inspired to go home and do great things. And I know I said you're not probably over 20, but if you look back and tell your 25-year-old self advice about your future, what you should do to be better in the future, what would you tell yourself?
Enjoy life, have fun, don't worry about what anyone has to say about you. Do you, boo.
Do you, boo. There it is. After a day jam-packed with activities, an Essence Fest night typically ends at the Superdome, where you're going to hear some amazing artists and great performances that typically last until the next morning. Where are you from?
California.
What part?
Moreno Valley.
Moreno Valley. Have you ever been to Essence Fest before?
No, this is my first time.
What brought you down this year?
My sister is celebrating her 50th birthday.
50?
Yes.
Essence is 25. She's twice as old as Essence.
Dang, you made me go, ooh, don't do my sister like that, you know?
But can you believe Essence Fest is 25 years old?
I know, it's beautiful though. I love being around all the black people and the culture and everything. It's nice to see everybody in a positive light.
Yeah. What's been the most inspiring thing you've done or experienced since you've been here?
The most inspiring thing is we seen the Five Guys from that was
Exonerated Five.
Yes. Oh my God, that was nice. We saw them today at the Superdome, and it was nice to listen to their story.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not just a party. It's not just you know, drinking and having fun.
And I can relate to them because I have 3 sons for myself. So for me, that touched home.
Yeah,
that touched my heart to see that because it could very easily been them. You know.
Yeah. But it's good to come out and round out the night here at the Superdome.
Right.
Listen to some great music. Who are you looking forward to hearing?
I love Mary J. I can't wait to
Can we do that, Mary J? You came all the way from Canada to come to Essence Festival.
I did.
Tell me about this experience so far.
Oh, it's amazing. It's my second year here. Beautiful people. The culture here is amazing. We're having a great time.
What do you love about Essence?
Oh my gosh, just seeing all the beautiful black people come together, just loving on each other and just, you know, being our best selves. It's really incredible.
You know what? There's so much to do at Essence Festival. Like, how do you choose where to start, what to do, how to pack it all in?
Oh God, I don't even know where to start. Like, everything is so amazing. No matter what you choose, you're always gonna have a great time. And honestly, we're having the best time ever.
And who are you looking forward to seeing this weekend?
Definitely Nas, Mary J. Blige, and whoever else comes out.
Just bring it on. Bring on the fun, right? Tell me about your outfits.
Well, we wanted to go cute, comfortable, and I don't know, we just kind of went with it.
I think you rocked it. It works. Tell me why you came to Essence this year. What really made you want to come this year?
Her birthday is tomorrow, and so we just decided to get out there and try something new. Neither of us have been before. We've always been to New Orleans, and we feel like when we come here, we do the same thing.
Yep.
You know, the usual bourbon and turn up, and it's so nice to be like around our people and just to be here and immersed in it.
Talk about this experience though. Like, how special is this?
To me, it's very special. Both of us were actually, I guess, healthcare future professionals. And so in our field, there's not really a lot of people of color, especially women in the area. And so it's just nice to see a lot of powerful people around here tonight. Yeah.
What does it make you want to go home and do?
Oh, wow. Go home and do.
Yeah, don't you feel inspired to just like do something?
I guess it just like pushes me to just go harder and to like never give up, and just to know that people are watching and people are, you know, always going to be there to support me, and that's it.
You're literally a year older than Essence Festival.
That's crazy.
You were 1 year old when Essence Festival came about. Isn't that amazing? So happy birthday. Congratulations to Essence Festival in 25, right?
Bye. Congrats.
Bye.
Thank you, Casey. And we certainly hope to be back at the physical Essence Festival in 2021. And that's it for this week's edition of the Working Woman Report. Don't forget to check us out online or in the social media world. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. We're here, we're ready to share and, of course, to learn. Thank you so much for joining us. To you and your family, stay safe and stay healthy.